Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is doing fine this morning. And even amongst all the news that's been going on, and it seems like we're forever being put off. Over the last couple of days, people have been after me. Not so much really after me as such, but just a lot of garbage out there is going on right now. And they're trying to do everything they can to discredit me, and that's fine if they think they can do it. They're bringing up stuff that really has nothing to do with this or why I was brought up into it and to be here. All this, the reason why I was brought into it is because all this, a number of years ago, I had a blog that went after a guy that was known as the Lord Neil B. Gibson. He sued me in 3 different jurisdictions and lost in all 3 different jurisdictions. He was a phony lord that was working with Homeland Security, and he was working with phony international bills of exchange, IBOEs, and we had a blog that went after this type of thing because it was a fraud the way it was going, and eventually he wound up going down to Belize, and it kind of died down because, first of all, Homeland Security at the trial said that the biggest mistake that Neil B. Gibson did was sue me. And that is the truth. I'm in the mining business. We get sued all the time. We've had charges brought against us which didn't stand up because of accounting. You know, if you're going to go after somebody, do the accounting. Make sure where the money goes. And that's kind of what happened. Was the district attorney had even made a comment that they shouldn't have ever brought the case against me because there was an investigator that lied. There was phony documents that forged documents and phony documents that she had submitted, and they bought it hook, line, and sinker. And then when I and my attorney started asking for accountings, where'd the money go? Where did the money go? All they did was a forensic audit, which anybody can be found guilty of on a forensic audit. But when you start asking for a full-blown audit as to why things didn't go the way they were supposed to go, and we're standing there, you don't demand an audit on your books if you did anything wrong. And eventually it just went away. And no matter what, there were 74 counts, 242 years. So I started a company called 242 LLC. And I got nothing out of it. Took 3 years of my life. And literally no money coming in because of the simple fact is that they thought there was something going on that wasn't going on. And we had a very good accountant and literally saved my butt. So all this stuff that's going on, then there's some other guy with my name who turned himself in Los Angeles for committing some kind of fraud that was in North Carolina, in which I've never been to North Carolina. And so anyway, he wound up on January 1st of this year turning himself into the Marshal Service, or the BOP, Bureau of Prisons, in Los Angeles. And so, and I'm still sitting at my house. I'm still walking around. I'm still, you know, doing my business. I still have my mining company, still have my mining permits. And so if there was anything that I had drastically done wrong, it would have, the state would have pulled my licenses, the BLM would have done the same thing, and that has not transpired. I have much better things to do with my time than this, but I was asked to do this because of the blog that we had that reached over 750 million hits and is still receiving hits today. But, you know, that's kind of the way it goes. That's the way it goes in business. A very good friend of mine by the name of Robert Kekeffer had turned around and stated, he said, there's one thing you need to understand. And I said, what is that? He said, what's legal today is illegal tomorrow. And so just because somebody decides they want to go do a check, cases are closed, people. I'm wide open spaces. And that's all that can really be said about it. And I talked with the sheriff, and who supposedly talked to this guy, and he didn't even remember talking to him. He said the only thing that the sheriff's department can say is case is closed. You know, if they want to go find out anything else, go find it out. I don't care. You know what? Not everybody in this thing is lily white, believe me. And this other guy that did this rant on me yesterday on his Plimpy Investments, I think it is. I don't know. I know he hasn't done his homework. He doesn't know that the military is in charge, that Trump put him in charge and put the military in charge. And so we get our information from the military and from other government sources that have verified it. And but every day it changes. What is okay, you know, there for a while. I mean, they were arresting 600 and 700 bankers who had overseas and here in Reno and everywhere that were interfering with this process. You know, they don't like to admit that the Chinese are the people that own the quantum system. You know, there's all kinds of stuff out there, and if somebody's trying to throw a smoke screen up, the best thing to do is pick on somebody. And the information does change every day. You know, because somebody stubs a toe, or because somebody in the Trump administration that's part of this, there's 40 people that are part of this. This is the largest transfer of funds to ever happen in the world. So the big problem is, who do you want to believe? You know, we don't pick on anybody. We don't get into anybody else's stuff. We don't tell anybody that their information is wrong. We don't get into that because, first of all, there's way too many other players that are in this. There's people that get information from FBI agents of all things. There's other people that get it from other military sources. And, you know, so it winds up just being one big deal that we just are in this and we're all trying to get across the finish line. But why does anybody want to throw mud? That's what I don't understand, is that they just want to jump at anything and everything and try and throw as much mud and discredit people and to make themselves come out to be the #1 person in the world that has the best intel. Even their intel is wrong. You know, we've heard many, many different times that Iraq was all ready to go. And they are all ready to go. But the United States has held it up. Why would they do that? That's what none of these guys answer. You know, I've been involved with this for a long, long time, over 20 years. And other people have been involved with it a little bit longer. And now we're hearing that they're finally doing the prosperity packages. They're calling people. They're talking to the overflow list right now. They're doing a lot of things that that was supposed to have been cleaned up this weekend, and they're still doing it. There were people that were getting calls up to yesterday on prosperity packages. So there is something going on. You know, everybody thinks, oh, well, when 100% of the prosperity packages or 100% of the CMKX packages or any of these packages all go out, it's got to be 100%. No, it works on a percentage. Like, last year they had sent out a bunch of CMKX packages, and some people actually got them. And we got phone calls from people and emails from people stating, yeah, we got our package. And they said what was in the package, and there was an NDA in the package. But they only had to do 28% in order for it to move to the next step. So I do not know what the percentage is that they have to reach on the prosperity packages, but the Navajos, the Arapahoes, and all these people these tribes now are being made liquid as far as adjudicated cases go. They're putting money on accounts, and so that they can see it, but they can't spend it. And the big key is because of 4B. Even all these people that are talking about and supposedly know an awful lot about it, they're awful ignorant to the fact that 4B has to start. You know, if 4B doesn't get going, nobody gets any money. Everybody kind of just holds their hands and says twiddle-dee and twiddle-dum. But you got to understand, it is moving forward. It really is. It's kind of hard to see. We get to hear, you know, people say, oh, well, I can see $100,000 on account, but they can't spend it. So until we go, no one goes. And it's as simple as that, you know. They like to say that the military has no control over this, but they do. We have people that sit in the meetings that take place twice a day in Trump's office. And we get, every now and then, they'll tell us what's going on or what he said and all that. So, and he's getting tired of the whole process as well. He wants this in so that he can be reelected. He wants it done. And, you know, so, because once we get done, then everybody's done. That's what they don't understand. Right now, even the Forex, if we were to actually see what was on the Forex, and the Forex screens are blocked here in this country, so the people can't see it. Excuse me. So, you know, there's just a lot of information. There's a lot of information to go through, and we try to give you the best information that we can from the sources that we have. You know, if people send us information to have it checked out, like what's going on over in Switzerland and in Africa and whatever, and we go ahead and put that forward, and our people will come back and verify the fact on whether that information is correct or not. So we're kind of, you know, it's at their discretion that we get the information. So, and I will say this, information is information. And there's good information, there's bad information. The people think I get paid for doing this, and I don't. I don't receive one dime from any of this. And we've never asked anybody to give us money to do this particular program. When we were going through the 3 years of litigation, it cost lots of money I didn't have, and to come out the other end where I was a free bird and being able to do what I do. And I'm still in the mining business. No one has taken me out of the mining business. I still crush ore. I still process ore. It's just been a little slow because right now the governor's kind of stopped all mining in the state because of COVID-19. So take the information. We provide it to you free, and there are plenty of people that want to hack it up and cut it up and say we're wrong and all that, but they've offered no actual proof that any of our information is incorrect. When we all go, we'll go. All of us. And I'm not here to pick on people. I've been through libel suits and all this, and we've won 99% of the suits that we've gone after people who've libeled me and have falsified information. We've won. We know what the First Amendment says, and we also know the limitations of the First Amendment. But that has nothing to do with this. Everybody has their sources of information, and we welcome if it's information. We do not welcome them if it's to cut somebody up and to try to make themselves be bigger than they really are. And, I like to say that a lot of these trolls just like to hear their head rattle. And they probably do, because they think they're belittling somebody when they're actually just belittling themselves. So, this needs to end. Everybody's getting frustrated. Everybody's getting fed up. Everybody's jumping on everybody else's case. And really, all we need to do is relax. It's out of our control. If it was in our control, we would already have had it done. So the only thing I can say to you right now is hang in there. We're getting there to the finish line. There's going to be a lot of things said about a lot of different people, and it already has been. And I've been at this now for a couple of years, and believe me, when we went through the phony Lord Neil B. Gibson thing, that was 3 years of just plain pain and misery, and people planning stuff on the internet, and it was crazy. And a judge ordered it all be taken down, and some of it's still there. But we're still here, folks. We're still here to try and help you get across this. I get nothing out of this other than just the joy of seeing everybody cross the finish line finally. And that's really all I get out of it. I don't get anything else. Don't want anything else. I told them I didn't want to do this because of the fact that people like nothing better than to just dig at people. And that's what they've done. I'm on your side. I want this done as bad as you do. Probably worse. But guess what? We are coming across the finish line, and we will get to the other side. And when we get to the other side, all this goes away. Then you get to get on with your life, and you get to be happy and join, unless you break your NDA, okay? But that's a different story. So anyway, just a word, just hang in there. We'll all get across the line. I will give you the best information that I have available to me. And whether you read it or don't, that's not my problem. Okay? I just want to see you get across the line. All right, that's it for right now. If we get any updates today, our intel guy's saying we should get updates today, then we will put them out. So enjoy this. Get everything ready. Be ready, because we can be getting the SafeLink websites at any time. So just hang in there. Okay, thanks. Bye.